about, I'm very fortunate that the first festival I ever got to go to was 1965, the Roanoke Bluegrass Festival in Fincastle, Virginia. Is anybody here that was there? Really? Yes. Wow. And I met. I was really fortunate because I got to meet some people at that festival that we've been lifelong friends. From right around here, Butch Robbins on the banjo. I met him at that one. A guy named Al Olstein, who was Butch's brother-in-law at the time. And I had never gotten to play an F5 mandolin. These are F5 Gibsons here. And because when I was a kid, people weren't that generous. And I would ask these mandolin players that had F5s, "Can I play your mandolin?" Being 12 years old, and they would say, "No." I understand that more now. But at the Roanoke Bluegrass Festival, I was sitting there 13 years old playing a little Gibson A model, and this guy walked by with a black hair, and he was from New York State, and he leaned down and handed me an F5, and he said, "Hey man, play a good one, man." And his name was David Grisman. The first F5 mandolin I got to play was David Grisman handed me what I later found out was a 1923 Lloyd Loar Gibson. So thanks to Dog, I got to know what a F5 was. And also at that festival, I mean, it was like the greatest education in bluegrass because Bill Monroe was there with his band. Had a young guitar player named Peter Rowan in the band then. First year he had a fiddle player. Gene Lowinger was his name. Second year was Richard Green. Lamar Greer was the banjo player, and James Monroe on the bass. And but I got to see people like Jim and Jesse and the Osborne brothers, and who else? Red Smiley had a band. Don Reno had a band. They had split up, but they both had their bands. Mac Wiseman, but one of the greatest things on the Friday night was first time got to see in 1965 Mr. Doc Watson. And we all know him been that long since we've lost Doc, and I miss him every day. And but I sure appreciate the time I got to spend with him over the years. Got to start playing with Doc in around 1974. He and Merle, and I would be the other guy on the road when they'd hire somebody to play with them. So I'd think about Doc right now.